Well, hello folks off YouTube. My name's Ian. Welcome to me channel, welcome to me shed, and welcome to a fine Thursday the 14th of August. Wow, is it time flying? But the gods, the scrap gods, they doth conspire againsteth me. They do. They just won't let a man in peace. We finished off yesterday, we finished every little scrap piece of wire, apart from what was on the cables. That has enabled me to, it's easier to show you. That's enabled me now to crack on with this wood burner. So the floor's nice and clear. We've got a steel plate on the floor because when I come to put the chimney on top, I could put it on there and it's easier to spin round because it's limited space. We got all the parts we need. We got the chimney, fire pit part, the internal grill, and the base. And this is being picked up this afternoon, so I'm going to have to pull my finger out. However, my next video was going to be today, breaking this up and that up. Things have changed just a little. Relatively straight now. So, with what I'm about to show you, ties in with this. So, number of videos back, and if I can find the clip, I'll put it in here. And I said I'd talk about this later, and I've never got around to talking about it. So all this yellow cable, which currently is sitting in this green tub, and this big iron box on a trolley, was all part of an auction. So a factory nearby and doing similar to other things to what our factory does had gone into liquidation, and they'd call the auctioneers in, and it's part of my role. I get lots of emails and advertisements, and I showed the boss, and he went, "Oh, I'm sure we can buy some things off there." And indeed the factory did, but the auction was open up to anybody. So I had a good look through some of the things. And a typical auction, they start off, oh, look at that, a welding set, £10. And you know it's not going for £10. That's just what people are placing their interest, putting a low bid in, they'll deal with it later. And I went through all the different things on auction. And there was 6 old-fashioned welding sets. So I'll be all copper cord. I thought, ooh, well, probably guaranteed to get at least £80 out of each welding set. Not in weight, in copper, in money. So it's worth me bidding, I don't know, £25, £30. So I put a bid in for £100. Within 2 days, it got to an astronomical price. It'd gone to like £480, and it was still rising. So I lost out on that. Then there was a pallet full of old welding torches. I estimated what copper I'd get out of them, what brass, and I put a bid in of, I think it was about £10. I was soon outbid on that one. But I did spot, amongst all these, there was 110 transformers, all that, nice, clean yellow ones. I thought, I'm not interested in that, but I spotted this, and I'll show it you afterwards. This really old-fashioned, really heavy 110 transformer. So heavy it's on its own trolley. I thought, nobody will bid for that. So I put a bid in for £3 and I won it. And I saw these two separate auctions for yellow 110 extension leads. And I looked at that and I estimated the weight. And I put a bid in for £3 each. Well, I won one, I didn't win the other one. And I didn't win the broken torches either. By the by, they've been in here now a month or so, get round to it, trying to figure out how am I going to bring this into a video for you guys. Well, anyway, some of the machinery we've bought took a while to take out this factory, bring in, and this brings me here to today. I forgot to mention, just after the auction ended, the factory got broken into and thieves stole a lot of the things that were up for auction. So all the welding sets were pinched, about 20 welding sets. The broken welders were pinched, but they didn't pinch my 110 transformer, they didn't pinch my little bag full of 110 extension leads. So I've only paid £6, don't forget, that's 5. Being in Wigan, it's okay, they have 6 fingers on their hands. But yesterday, my bosses brought all this machinery back. We had to hire a big crane and big wagon that would, big IAB that would big. The guillotine we bought were 9 ton just on its own. He says, Ian, I've got a surprise for you. Says to me, you know that pallet full of welded torches you bid for and you didn't win? Well, they was never collected. So we have to clear the unit out. So we've picked them up for you. So I've got this, all these welding torches. Oh, with brass and copper. Oh, and there's a bit of cable with a box on. And even some plasma torches. I think that's a plasma torch as well. I did bid on some TIG torches, but I lost those. So, I've got those to strip. But, and I don't know, I like this. You know my favourite saying, don't you? A scrap man never wants, he just waits. Well, I've waited long enough because I got this. And it's just a bunch of, you know, leads. My boss knows I collect wires, you know. And this, you're looking at this scrapping Irish. It's I guess, a wireless webcam. A Motorola. Well, we'll give that a try later. Get it every time oh, she's a good one. So here's my webcam. She's, as you know, every time I pick it up to show what's going on in there, I lose my live stream, and I think it's something to do with all these wires hanging out the back. I think. So, I may have a working webcam. We'll see. Anyway, all time for you again. Although I might show you some sparks. Everybody likes a few sparks, don't they? I've got to crack on, get that welded up. It's being collected in another 4 hours. And we'll have a look at the cable and stuff. See you in a bit. Okay, you get a little look. There we go. Right, let's get it painted. It really is a shame, isn't it? Just once you get somewhere and then so there you go. 7 welding torches, 2 plasma torches, I think a TIG foot pedal, I think, maybe wrong, and a tiny little bit of armoured. Right, thank you, boss. Hey, what about this auction buy? What about this good buy? I've got the scales out because I've uncovered that green tub. That has this cable in that I bought from the auction. This tub here. So I paid £3 for this. Now auction fees 15%, VAT is 20%. Depending on the math, I did £3 and 30 pence, another 30 pence, £3.60 and 15% VAT. I'll call that 40p. £4. So I paid £4 for this wire and £4 for this as well. And I've had it months, weeks and weeks and weeks, so it's about time it got done. So I've taken everything off. What the bloody hell's this? It's a pressure tester that I've picked up from somewhere. I don't know if it works. It's brass. Oh, right. I was also given, when I got picked this up, and I got that, the boss gave me this tub and this tub. So if I get a chance tonight, we'll go through them as well. Right, £4, English money. Is it a good buy? We'll see. Elbows in, Matthews, elbows in. Elbows in, lift it up a bit as well. Hey, you gotta laugh. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. On the scales. Oh, I've not even switched the scales on. Uno momento. Oh. Nice. Now I'm going to knock off, I think it's 1 kilogram for the plastic tray. We need to talk about the plugs because the plugs weigh. Or it'll go in as pluggy cable and you won't get £2.20. So I'm going to cut the plugs off, but I know from past experience I get 10 pence per plug in brass. Let's say there's 10 plugs there, that's 50p. £12.20. No, what are you talking about, Matthews? 12.25 kilogram. You knock off 1 kilogram, knock off 1.25 kilogram. 11 kilogram. This is £22. £22. 26. Stop it. Being stupid. What are you doing? £26.99. £26.40. We're banging on there, aren't we? There we go. 27, knock off 2 kilograms. 25 pounds of household cable. Before I show you the scales, I paid £4 English. I think when I weighed in last Friday, I got £2.20 per kilogram for household cable. Was it a good buy? Alright. Move it again. 11 kilo. If I knock off another kilo for all the plugs that's on, 10 kilo. Even I can do this math. 10 kilos at £2.20 a kilo. £22. Oh, good that's impressive. And I paid £4, 4 English pounds. And if I weigh that in straight as it is, I'll get £22. I want more auctions like that. Just between us, no one else. I didn't actually pay me boss the £4, so I got 22 squids for free. Do I strip it or do I weigh it straight in? Of course I'm gonna strip it. I'll do the same. I'll cut a kilo off, strip it, see what I get. Then I decide whether or not I strip the rest. I'm squids in anyway, aren't I? Right, how about this iron box? Well, I was definitely squids in on that buy. But what about the 110 transformer? You might be not in the UK. In America, I don't think you use 240 volts, do you? So, let me explain. Alright, so we're in the United Kingdom. Here in England, well, the UK, and in many places abroad, we use 240 volts to a socket. You got your earth, your neutral and your live. Notice that pin's a bit bigger than the others because these are gated. Stop it. These are gated sockets, which means you've got to put something in there to press these down. So you put that long pin in. Hey, look at that. The plastic covered halfway down. So when you plug it in, even if you pull it out a little bit, and you want to stick your finger behind, where's my finger? You know, stick your finger behind there, it's still give over. Unlike the brass, you can see the brass there. Unlike the earth, which is all brass, I can go in, I can touch that. I won't get a shock. I can still stick my finger in, should I have to, underneath, and I still won't get a shock. I know it's not switched on, but even if it was switched on, I wouldn't get a shock. No, that's the UK plug. Which means there's 240 volts going through that cable. And if there's a accident, cut through it, fault on the tool, you could get an electric shock and 240 volts. It's not nice, I'm telling you. I've had it myself, and I've let lucky. So the health and safety team thought it were a great idea that if you were working on building sites or outside and working, they'd reduce the voltage of the power tools to 110 volts. Okay, and that's these with a yellow plug. Okay, so a whole new industry appears. You know, all the power tools are available in either 110 volt or 240 volt. 110 volt, they actually last longer because there's not as much kick on the brushes when they power up. Anyway, all new industry, but it means you've got to buy these boxes, which is 240 volts in, 110 volts out. They're all different prices, you know. But they're not dead expensive. If I can find the link, I'll stick it in the description. I stripped one of them once. It weighed 36 pounds. And I got 3 pounds of aluminium wire out of it. And it was pure torture doing. Weren't worth a carrot do. Weren't worth a carrot for do. But I do these things, so I'll know next time. And you'll know. Don't do that. Anyway, let's get back to this box I bought. Again, in total for £4, 4 English squids. And again, I didn't pay the boss. So, I got it for free. I hope he doesn't watch. Don't bubble me. You know, don't go in the telephone and say, hey, the guy, you know, he didn't pay you for that stuff. Let's look at it. Yeah, it didn't take long to mess that up again, did it? So, I saw this advertised. Yeah. Lot 709. And I thought, nobody's going to bid for that. It's old schooled, it's old fashioned. It's got to be copper cord. Even if it don't work, I'll bid £3. 3 English squids I bid for that. And I thought he's got his own trolley with pretty solid wheels on it. I've never tested it. I think we'll give it a test, yeah. Tell you what, I'll check it's not bolted in, if I can lift it off. Hang on. Well, indeed, it lifted off relatively easy. It is a big chunk, I'm going to weigh it. And then I ended up with this little trolley. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do with that? Chop, weigh it in. Then the thought occurred. Who recalls 10 videos ago, I got a big iron chunk of steel and I had to tip it up end over end across the garage floor and then lift it up because I needed a big heavy weight for one reason or another. I can't remember now. Give myself, you know, blood pressure, hernia, big balls, the lot, getting it on my bench top. And it stayed on my bench top because I'm thinking, how am I going to move it? This trolley, solid steel wheels with a peg. That's going to be ideal for moving that big heavy block about in it. Right, let's get that over the bench, test it, because it either works or it doesn't. It either goes bang or it works. Simples. Oh, where's the I would not normally make a wood burner with a chimney that length. The draft would be too ferocious. And believe it or not, he actually wanted it twice that length. He wanted a 2-metre chimney on it. Fortunately, he changed his mind. So, let's get that on the bench. It's got to be 30 kilo that. It's got to be. He's a heavy little lump. Still the same size. Alright, there's faults with it. It's not got the covers on, the flip up covers. Hey, what does that matter? Anyway, what did it weigh? 32 kilos 60. I reckon it was around 32 kilos. That's got to be full of either cement or it's got to be full of heavy copper. Tell you what, there's only 2 screws on. Let's whip the top off. Well, I've whipped the top off. Came off easy enough. There ain't anything inside of it. Just a transformer. So it's not encased in sand or concrete. So it's got to be copper. It's got to be at this age. We have a fuse, Bakelite fuse. Oh, best thing new, switch it on in it. However, as I tilted that back, probably can't tell it's a welder, but that is definitely flatter. So it might be possible that the cable's buggered. Well, let's get some mains to it. It can only go bang, can't it? And if we have a problem, we'll put mains direct to here, but it all depends on the fuse. Right, let me have a little, get that fuse out, switch it on, let's see what happens. We've got the multimeter out, we're going to do a continuity test. Shh, you might hear this. Okay. Okay, so we've got continuity, the fuse is well, the fuse passes good. Now, it'd be daft of me why I've got these out, not to test the continuity of the cable. So earth, we got that live, we got that neutral, and we got that. If we stick it in, it shouldn't go bang, should it? Let's stick some power to it. If it works, we should just get a hum. There's nothing humming about that, is there? Alright, well. Let's plug that in, see if it works. Yet another auction many years ago. At least 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I bought this Milwaukee bandsaw. I didn't pay a lot of money for it. It was about £25 at the auction. Came in a case with several spur bands, blades. I used it only a few times, and then, believe it or not, well, I broke the blade. By the time I changed the blade, I'd lost the tyre that was that, and I've never used it since. When I went in my cupboard here, because I knew I've got the tyre in here somewhere. I tend to keep all my blades, all my fan belts and things hanging off the ceiling there, and there's not one of them that looks like that tyre. But I painted that, didn't I, today? Would you believe it? For the last 3 years, it's been here, hung over there. Every time I've been in that cupboard, I've never seen that. Well, I've seen it, but I've never realised that it's the tyre that I need. So, It's a win-win-win. Whoa! There's not going to lot going to happen because there's no tyre, is there? Winner, 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 chicken dinner. Winner, 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 chicken dinner. So, for Angie Boom, why not? Portable bandsaw, now working. Found the spare tyre. Scrapping with Grandpa, Scotland. Scrap it all. I forget. Scrapping with someone. Did a video on microwave magnetron dismantling. You know, that's easy for you to say. And we've all done it. You know, I've got a bucket here with about 20 in. And I'll get round to it. If anyone ever decides to sell round to it, you'd make a fortune. Bag of round to it's £2. So everyone says, I'll get a round to it. Wouldn't it? You could just go into a bag of round to it's and you've done it. Anyway, I've done it by angle grinder, I've done it by hacksaw, I've done it by sabre saw, I've done it by splitting it with a grinder and then put a chisel in and split it by... I've done it with a wood chisel and split them all off. And I tried that, but I couldn't make it work without a blade and the tyres. Scrapping, somebody did his last video on the magnetrons and he said the easiest and best way ever, put it in your vice. He had a cordless ones, a bit like what Cruiser Mac has, and he just put it on and went boom, straight through, not a problem. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So it's great how all things come together in the end, isn't it? I won that for a reason. I made that wood burner at very short notice for a guy who wanted it this weekend. He's collecting it tomorrow. Can't do it tonight. He said he was collecting tonight. No, go be tomorrow. That meant I had to do that. That meant I found the tyre, which means that worked. That I've got that. It just all comes together. It's a song, that, isn't it, with a load of frogs. We all come together. John Lennon, I think. You know the guy I said who brought a couple of days ago brought me that wood barbecue and I cut it up, and then he brought me the monitor and I cut that up and a few other electrical things. He brought something else. I didn't show it you. But with that little rendition there of the Frog Song by John Lennon, and to bear in mind that to render is to tear something apart. I've got a karaoke set. With 100 party songs. Oh. Whack, whack, whack. Right. Come on. Can't do it now, but in a forthcoming video, who'd like me to do a karaoke? I mean, the voice I've got at the moment, I can do Barry White. You're my first. You're my last. You're my everything. We're being frivolous. On that note, I'm wetting my whistle. I'm leaving this, going in. It's Thursday night. It's round about 7:25 in the evening. 19,500 hours. 7:25 p.m. Still light, but I'm gonna sit down with my daughter and I'm gonna watch another 2 episodes of Wednesday. Why do they never say it's Wednesday? Wednesday, the Netflix Addams Family spin-off, season 2. Looking to be very good. On that note, everyone, thanks for bearing with me on this one. I hope you've had some fun in it. And it's good night, Mummy, and it's good night from him. Good night.